presence. First of all, let us present our team.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mayelen Cazenave. I'm in charge of partnership and the logistic organization of FIRA.
Hi, everyone. I'm Leo Cortad, and I'm Maya and Gwendoline's assistant.
And so I'm Gwendoline Legrand. I'm in charge of communication for FIRA. Then let me introduce you with the program of this webinar. So we will start with a 30 minutes presentation to explain how virtual edition of FIRA is possible and interesting. And then we'll switch to 15 minutes of Q&A. So you will ask your questions by chat. As you can see, you're all muted because we will be around 40 to 50 people today. So it's a bit complicated to manage if everyone wants to talk, but you can also ask your question for the chat during the webinar. And Leo will centralize all your questions. We will select only the questions about the platform itself. And then regarding all your questions for the contents and all the other subjects, we will send you later on a brief with all the answers to your questions. So everything will be answered at the end. So we can start with the FIRA 2020 in a few words. FIRA is in its 5th edition as we launched the event in 2016. We noticed that year after year, FIRA has taken up the challenge to become the place to be when it comes to agricultural robotics industry. So now we can say that FIRA became the leading expert event in this industry. In FIRA, all key players meet, we will see that later, and they come to exchange, to find new ways to collaborate together, and all together to develop the agricultural robotics industry. Why did we choose a virtual format for this year? The first reason is obvious for everyone, unfortunately. The unprecedented pandemic crisis forces us to rethink the way we do events. But we know that we need to maintain a high level of service we can offer to partners and exhibitors. So we know that we, as organizer, we have a key role to play to go with you, to develop the industry all together and to propose an event that can still remain high value and high valuable for you and for your activity. And then there is another reason that is very important. As we know, FIRA is global. We always worked internationally. And with the virtual events, we open new doors and we open new possibilities to allow people from anywhere in the world to take part of FIRA. Then regarding key figures, we are more ambitious this year because we are virtual, and we want to gather 3,000 participants at least. We will see all these key figures later on and how we are going to manage this ambition. But for sure, this event is becoming bigger and even bigger with the virtual format. Then let's talk about the participants typology, which is very, very important for FIRA. As I mentioned, it is an expert event. So we need to gather all the key players and all the typology of participants. As you can see, of course, agricultural robot manufacturers have a good presence, but at the same level then suppliers, farmers and producers, universities with the project research, and media, investors, and agro-businesses are also present at this event. So we work with all the value chain, and they need to meet and work together to develop the industry. It's September, just to go back to the typology. In September, once we've been launching the registrations, like in a few days, we will have some key figures for this year. So on the FIRA website, you will be able to see some statistics, some analytics of the people that already registered to FIRA 2020. So to make sure that this ambition can be real and is realistic, we put huge efforts on our communication strategy, especially on the worldwide and qualified participants. So we decided to work with dedicated agencies in every country identified as key markets for agricultural robotics. To take some examples, we work closely with Brazil, USA, Canada, so many countries also in Europe, in India, in China, in Japan. So we managed to have a very, very specific communication strategy to reach this ambition. Now to go further in FIRA 2020, let's talk about general information for you to better understand how FIRA this year is going to be organized. So this year, regarding opening hours, we chose to have a larger opening hours to allow partners and participants from any time zone to take part in live sessions and to be able to meet the reps of your team on your booth directly. You have to understand also that as the format is virtual, the platform will be open 24 hours during 3 days. So if you ever need to come late at night, or if you want your reps to be during 24 hours on your booth, you can. But we will give you more tips to make sure that your booth with your staff will be the best. Regarding pricing, this is often a question we have. We decided to keep charging participants also, even if we are in a virtual format, for two main reasons. First of all, we want to keep a qualified level of participants. So with an entry, we make sure that you only have qualified participants. And then we know that participants coming from all around the world this year with the virtual format won't have to pay for travel or accommodation. So we make sure that they will be able to afford the entrance. The price is for 3 days and with full access to all the online services, access to all the contents, conferences and workshops, access to all the exhibition hall and all the networking services online. And then for partners, we also provide free invitations for you to send to your partners and clients.
Well, about the virtual platform, we have, following different demo and white sourcing, decided to work with this American company called 6Connects for different reasons. First, we wanted a platform that will offer all the services contained in the physical FIRA. And we didn't want to offer a degraded or a low version of the event. And therefore, we want to keep the high level of quality of the event. We also wanted to work with a platform that guarantees safety, reliability, ergonomics, and which is user-friendly and easy accessible on every device. And then third, we wanted a real tool for interaction between attendees and partner. So for us, the platform is a real investment that we made, and we bought a 1-year license with different options. So it means that partners and participants will have, after FIRA, other time of exchanges and meeting without any extra fees until next July. So we don't know when, but we will organize a new open day, for example, in the first semester next year, for participants and for all our partners to promote and develop collaboration, and to keep, just to stay in touch with all the key players of the industry. So for this edition, this virtual version is for us an opportunity to broaden the contents and to propose a rich program where every participant build his agenda on demand. And in this format, we know that we cannot keep participants in front of their screens for the whole day during 3 days. It's not possible. So the idea is to have different contents every day and to allow participants to come back regularly during the 3 days. So of course, we will build the whole FIRA agenda, taking into account, as Gwendoline said, the time zones issues. And believe us, it's really complex. Well, we will do that as much as possible. But anyway, the thing to remember is that finally, under this virtual version, we have the opportunity finally to be able to propose robot demonstration in real condition, which was a real demand for the last 4 years at FIRA. So now we will do it by following precise specifications. Manufacturers are inviting to present their robot in detail through a pre-recorded video. They will comment the video in a live session with the live Q&A. So it's a new content this year to promote and to show robots in action, in a real action. As you can see, well, here in the bottom, we develop our program, our full program, under a major topic, which is this year agricultural robotics, part of the New Deal. So as Gwendoline said, we are launching registration in the next few days. So we will give more detail about this program for the new edition of FIRA. Well, now let's go to the heart of the presentation, our platform. So, few minutes, I have to change here.
So yeah, we will enter the platform. It's a beta version. So you can have a look around all the rooms, or almost all the rooms that are going to be online during the virtual FIRA this year.
Okay, so before going through the different rooms, here are 3 important details. So the first one, when you're on the platform here, you can see who is attending the platform, who is connected in the platform. So here we can see all my colleagues. So I can do advanced research by criteria. For example, I want to see all the list of robot manufacturer or supplier or investor. You can select also by country, and you can directly start a chat with this person. Then here you have another mention. It's the number of persons who are in the same screen, in the same room like you. So if I go to the networking lounge, for example, I can see who are connected in the same time, and I can engage a conversation with this person. The second information is that as we are in virtual, it's very interesting that because we will be, after FIRA, we will be able to share a complete report and analysis of the audience, of the participant behavior during the FIRA, and also on the partners booth during the different document, different session. We will have really important analysis of FIRA that we cannot have in physical, of course. And then the third important information is regarding potential technical issues that partners or attendee can have during the event. And we have two actions for that. The first one, upstream, and on the platform, is that we can, the platform allow you to check in real time the quality of your connection, of your device, and to detect problem that you can have and you can have on the platform. So we will also send to all participants a guide, an attendee guide before the event with all technical recommendations to prepare the virtual experience. And then during FIRA, we have an help desk. In this help desk, we will help people to solve their technical problem with the presence of a person from the platform, a technician from the platform. And also we will answer all questions regarding FIRA and to help participants to have the best virtual experience. But in any case, it's certain that if we have chosen to work with SysConnex, it's precisely because it allows optimal participation with just office equipment and a home connection. And also for speaker, for all the webinar, we will have a time of test before the event to check the good quality of sound and image, of course. So here we are, as you can see, in the main lobby, in the main hall of FIRA. When joining this virtual event, attendees access to this expo lobby where a video here granting we welcome them. You can see that we have the direct entrance on the main room. It's like we are in a physical building. It's the same concept. And we also have an icon navigation here at the bottom of the screen that provides additional functionality or shortcuts. So now let's go to see a roundtable of the program. So I go to the auditorium and we will have 3 specific rooms. One thing, let me go back just on here. Here you can see we can customize everything. So our major premium partner, we have a full visibility here with logo from our partner here. Where we put the GoFar logo means that we can add logo of our partner. So let's go in the auditorium. So here you can see we will have 3 main rooms for conferences, roundtable, demo and pitch, and the scientific workshop organized by RobAgri. So in the main stage of FIRA, it's the same concept that in physical, you have the main screen on which you will find the whole program of the events with the hours of the start, with all the conferences on demand. So here you will be the full program of the room. Here you can see we can have the branding of our major partner. So, and we can watch the webinar. When you are watching webinar, you cannot go in another room. You have to be focused on the webinar. Also, one connection, one ticket entrance, one connection is only available for one person. It means that you cannot connect 2 persons in the same account, of course. Well, after to see a conference now, after the webinar, I want to engage a conversation with partner and attendees. So I go to the networking lounge. So this room offers networking feature, including scheduled discussion. So I can, let me move this. So I can start a conversation with my colleague, with a person here. So I can start, you can see here, I click and I engage a conversation with my colleague. I can add people to the chat. I can start a new chat. I can lead the chat. I can write in French and I can automatically translate in all these languages, and the attendee in the conversation will have the direct translation. And the conversation between attendees is only by chat and not by Visio, as we will talk later. I can also here engage a public group chat. I'm a partner and I want, well, to talk about cats, for example. Well, not to robotic for cats, to robot for cats. I'm a partner. I want to engage a conversation in a particular topics. So I can send my message and start a public conversation. And I can also be able to share my business card. As an attendee, I can here say that do not disturb. I can also change my profile settings. And here, to all attendees here on my profile card, to rep, I can change my profile card, so I can fully customize my virtual participation. So I can engage one-to-one and small group chat, as I said. And here also for our major partner, we also have a branding on this room. One thing important in FIRA is that people are coming to see robot. So you can ask how we can watch and see robot in a virtual version. So we talk about the demo, but we will also create a robot gallery here. So the robot gallery with the picture and name of all the robotic manufacturer present and partner of FIRA will be in this room with direct link to their booth. So it's really important for us to promote the robot and the robot manufacturer. So you will have direct link on the booth. Just few words here, the resource center. So it means that it's a different document about GoFar, about FIRA, about partners, about our collaboration. We will have the press room because we are also inviting a large number of journalists. We will have talk table here, which is a room dedicated to thematic discussion. We will have a different thematic discussion, program discussion with partner. And one thing really important for partners and attendee is the briefcase. Here in the briefcase, when an attendee goes in a conferences, the resource center on a booth, he can upload, he can download different documents and gather all these documents in this briefcase. So here in this briefcase, we have PDF, picture, video. I can have a view and I can directly share. I can send by email to me or to my colleague, for example. I can share on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and I can keep it for later. And then here it's all the documents that people are interested to keep after the events. It's a personal briefcase. Then one thing really important is about the exhibit hall, of course, because in FIRA we will have an exhibit hall, and which is an important part. So all the partner will be on this zone. We will go to see a booth later on, but we can have a search by name, by criteria, to have the different partner booth here. So it is the full expo zone of FIRA. Here all the booths are the same, but you will see that it can be different. So attendees can easily find matching booth based on multi-criteria research, as I said. And I can see on this location, I still have my colleague here. Oh no, I mean I'm alone. So it's me, but I can see who are in the, oh yes, thank you, who are in the exhibit zone. So now you see there is the GOFA booth with a short description, and then let's go in our booth. Yep.
Okay, so this is my turn, I guess.
Yeah.
Perfect. As you can see, this is a virtual booth, but it looks like a real booth, as you can have different screens. You can have different signs also. And all of that depends on the level of partnership you decided in the beginning. So you can have, at the beginning, when you agree for a partnership with FIRA, you will have a selection of different booth templates that you will be able to choose between. Then this booth allows you full access for your staff to the stand and to the booth. Then you will be able to welcome attendees, and the functionalities and the feature allows you to have one-to-one chat, group chat, or video chats. And this is the only one place where you can have video chat. And this is very important for you, because as a partner, when a participant enter your booth and you want to meet him in real, you can activate the video conversation. So just like now, but everyone will be in video, you will be able to chat like in real with someone in your booth. So this is very important, and that's a benefit of this platform especially. On your booth, again, you can upload different kind of contents as resources. So in this window, you can see that you can have some PDFs, some pictures, any documents that you would provide to your participants if you were on a real booth. That's exactly the same, except that it's a virtual one. So they will be able, as Mayalene told you, they will be able to add it in their briefcase if they want. As we said, also, this booth will be open until July 2021. So if in any case you want to welcome some clients on the booth, you will be able to enter the platform. So that's very interesting too. And the open business days, and you will, during the open business days that we schedule in the beginning of 2021, you will be able to change the resources if you wish, your video on the screens also. So that's all about the booth. Sorry,
just in addition, the booth is not only a resource center, it's like in real, so you have to have a team, you need to have a team, and here it's the dashboard for participants. So you have all attendees on your booth, you have the different chats, the watch list, who people are watching the document, and you can download the report of the booth, the chat history. Here it's the chat queue. It means that Gwendoline said that people are coming. You can see if you are not available, you can see you can have the queue of from attendees. And here, well, different functionalities. So you have a full dashboard to work on your booth during the event.
Perfect, thank you. Regarding the schedule around your participation and your partnership, in September, you will receive a full exhibitor guide that will explain you everything you need to know about your exhibition. So it will help you to understand how to create your virtual booth, to prepare your documents with the technical specificities, to build and manage your team. As we mentioned, with the large opening hours, we will give you some tips and recommendations to optimize your team and also your visibility and participation before, during, and after the events. Then in October, you will have access to the platform to start customizing your booth, and we will organize a training webinar to make sure that everyone has all the information it needs.
Okay, so here it's for the platform. So now let's go back up to our
for the presentation. Yeah, there is the next subject is about the engagement of the audience.
Yep.
Because being in front of our screen during 3 days is just like impossible. But people who are going to be in front of their computer in front and in the FIRA 2020 have to be, it has to be dynamic, to be more dynamic. So there are some, we built our program and we built the event to make sure that everything will be dynamic. There will be always something happening during the 3 days. So people won't be lazy, won't be tired in front of their computer. So this is all about the virtual events. But with the platform also, there are some features very interesting that you will be able to read in the presentation we'll send you. But for example, there is the gamification. And the gamification is a feature, a very interesting feature, as it allows attendees and it allows partners to be more visible, because participants will have to go through all the rooms and all the booths to make sure that they earn points and at the end to be maybe a winner of something. So we put huge efforts on this engagement also because we know that virtual is not like real.
Well, FIRA is known by its has quality of business and networking and the collaboration during the events. So we already talked about what we will do to engage partnership and collaboration. So we have the meetings, the networking room, exchanges, etc. But to summarize this here, FIRA, the virtual FIRA is become a specific social media, is a real social media for agricultural robotics. We have this functionality to share, to engage, to promote, and not only for 3 days, it's for months. So it's really interesting to have this kind of image of FIRA and to promote this kind of image of FIRA for this year. Well, to just before the Q&A, we insist in one thing. Our association aims to promote and develop the agricultural robotics industry internationally. So we carry out various actions, including FIRA, and for us it's important that all our partners are committed to our side before, during, and after the event to make this event a worldwide meeting for the benefit of this industry, So we ask for involvement and commitment because on our side we will do everything that we can do to make the experience a success, like we do every year. But we will do it with our partner. So compared to the involvement required for the setting up of your participation, I would like to say that it's like in the physical event. We will prepare it with you, and we will need and we will afford support to help partner to have the best virtual experience. So for us, it's a real engagement to work with you for this edition and for the other one, of course. Well, now let's take time to the Q&A with Leo. Just the next step here. The next step for if you are interested in to be partner of FIRA. So let's go.
Okay, so we have 2 questions. So if you have more, do not hesitate to ask it. So the first one is about the networking lounge.
Mm-hmm.
Can we receive many conversation demand at the same time?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, exactly. I can let me go back on the platform. I can go on the networking lounge. Please, my colleague. Okay, so
And there.
I start a conversation with Gwendoline, and I also have a conversation with Leo, or I can add my colleague Gwendoline to the conversation with Leo. I can add people to this chat. I can start a new chat, so I can have as much chat as I want here. And as I said, I can search people if I have the name, the title. So here it's just the name, the last name, but you will have the country, the sector, you will have the typology of the person. Yeah, it's possible.
Okay. Okay, next question is, what if we get a message after the 3 days of FIRA? Do we get a notification when there are still participants active?
Yes, when you are not on the booth, for example, you are sleeping because you are not in the same time zone as the attendee, you will receive an email. So as soon as a person wants to start talking with you or to ask a question, if you're not available, if I go to the booth.
Just to make sure, I think the question is after the 3 days also.
Yeah, after the 3 days.
Yes, because the platform is the same. The platform is, we will keep the platform open because all the content will be on demand and the platform will be open. So of course I can send here an email to Gwendoline if she's not connected. If she's connected because it's green, you see. But if she's not, we cannot click on this, but I can send an email directly to this person.
Okay.
During FIRA, after FIRA.
Okay. So I see one question about, well, it's not about the platform. I would like to know if it's possible to do a 15-minute pitch without being a partner. So I think we will address it later.
Or maybe you can answer this one. Yeah, thank you very much.
Up to you.
Mayelen, sorry, if you want to answer.
Okay, so it's, yes, we have, as a partner, you have an option to have a dedicated pitch in the pitch room. So yes, in the partnership document that we will send, or maybe you already have, we have this option for basic partnership. After, if you have major partner, it's included. Major partner can have access to our main conferences or in the workshop, thematic workshop. But without any promotion, communication before, we launch only for robot manufacturer, project research, and for farmer and producer, a call for pitch, which means that in our program, it's possible for every, for example, robot manufacturer to have 3 minutes of pitch to show functionalities of their robot in the specific topics. So it's not a promotional pitch in this call that we launch. It's a different things, but it's also possible. But yes, if you want a dedicated webinar or a dedicated pitch of 15 minutes or 20 minutes in a dedicated room, yes, it's possible in option. And for project research, RobAgri will launch, well, I think in the next few days, a call for paper to pitch at the scientific workshop.
Okay. Next question, interesting one. Can you explain to me how jet lag will be managed?
I guess it means time zones. So regarding the different time zones, as we explained, we open on a large opening hours from 10 to 10. So UTC +1 to be more precise. And so it allows people from anywhere in the world to make sure they can participate to live sessions during the day. So maybe it's going to be only in the morning for French time or only in the evening. In any case, people need to sleep at one point. So we cannot be available, and no one can be available 24 hours during 3 days. But that's why we will train you, and we will give you some advices to make sure that you will have some people from your staff during the more time possible during those 3 days. So this is a question about being on the booth, and also a question of engagement and on always happening something during the event.
In addition, we have US partner this year, and we also have, as Gwendoline say, a communication strategy dedicated on the US. So I guess that in the same office hour, our American partner and our American attendees will be in the same time in the platform also. So we will have to mind, well, I think we will have a common time slot with everybody possibly present as partner, and then after it will be different from Titan. That's why it's we have to see this event as a global event.
Okay. And some content will be available on demand, right?
Exactly. That's very important. Thank you, Leo. Even if we need to insist on that, even if you miss a session because you're on the booth or because you're sleeping, you can always go back to the main room or to any stage and watch directly after the session, the on-demand video of the session.
Okay. Next question. Do you have technical requirements or guidelines for upload videos files, format, resolution, etc.?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we will send you everything through the exhibitor guide, so you will have all the requirements of those specifications, of course.
The thing that you have to note for partner, it's not like in the real event that you can prepare your booth the week before. No, we will have a dedicated time of preparation, as Gwendoline told you, because 1 week before FIRA, the platform will be locked to go in the quality control. And then during FIRA, we cannot make any changes on the platform. We cannot change a link, a video or something, because we have to guarantee the quality that everything is okay on the platform for attendee. So the preparation, the logistic preparation will be really, how do you say, can I say, defined in a specific
really precise, yeah.
Precisely, yeah.
Okay. Regarding the networking lounge, can you only have a chat with someone if they are in the lounge?
Yes, it's on the platform, it's only chats. The video conversation is only for booth, on the booth with the exhibitor. The video conversation is not possible in the for between attendees or in the other room. But after, if you know, if there is a real conversation, you want to plan something, for sure you can tell to the attendee that you can meet the next day in your own tool after FIRA. There is of course you can program your week of meeting. It's the work that everybody do in an event. But no, visual, it's only for both.
And the thing is that when you're in the networking lounge, you can start conversation as we explain you, but you can also start chatting from any other room. If that was also the question.
Okay. Okay. when will be the platform available for user to set up everything? So, for example, upload files, text functionality, etc.
The platform is built, everything is uploaded, created 6 weeks before FIRA. So I guess it will be by end of October. So we will have 1 month really dedicated, but as Gwendolyn told you, you will have a guide before. You will have a guide before to prepare everything, and we will have a training. So this is for partner. And then for attendee, all registration will be done on FIRA website. And 1 week before the event, we will send the process for the connection, the link, the login, the attendee guide, the link to check the system, to check the quality, the technique, all the technical system 1 week before. But after, if attendee want to log in or to register the first day of FIRA, of course, it will be possible.
Can you guarantee that there will be a reasonable number of partners and visitors in the virtual FIRA?
For partner, I talk about partner, Gwendolyn will talk about attendee. For partner, I can tell you that we have new partner. We can see that the fact we don't need to have logistical costs to travel, it means that this year we have partner from the US, we have partner from Canada, we have partner from India, for example. So I can see that every year FIRA gather even more partner, even more robot manufacturer. We already have, I think, six or seven robot manufacturer and new ones on the market. So it's very interesting. This is an event that the development of FIRA is in the same way as the development of the industry. So we can see that there is a lot of supplier interesting in agricultural robotics coming in the market. So we have a very good potential for partnership, but we don't want to, we are not an exhibition with 100 exhibitor. No, we will have, I think like last year, around 40, 50 qualified partner, robot manufacturer, supplier, investor. So yes, I can see we have very good return because the cost of FIRA this year is cheaper than the real one, of course, because you don't have to pay for all the logistic. It's only the platform, and in the price of FIRA, you have other event, the other visibility until next July. So it's a real opportunity for partner this year. Yeah.
And yeah, there are so many things we don't tell here because it's about communication and other materials we are launching. For example, I'm thinking about we are launching a media online dedicated to agricultural robotics. And obviously, our partners will be present on this platform. They will be asked to write an article, an expert article about their expertise. They will be able to put their video online on this media, and with no extra cost, because for us, we did not present ourselves properly because we didn't say that the organizers is GoFar, and it's a non-profit organization aiming to promote and developing the industry. So we are not talking about business, we are talking about helping and supporting. So this is why it's not we cannot compare to other fairs. But to go back to the question, and regarding the fact that we make sure that participants will be present at this event, and they will be in quantity and in quality, it's just because year after year, as we said, we've taken up the challenge to be able to make people come from anywhere in the world. We were surprised every year to see how many people from India, from Australia, from Japan, from the US that came over in Toulouse just because they need to be there, they need to meet people from their industry and to collaborate together. So it's even more easy for us, we are sure, to make people register for this virtual edition, especially when we talk about price and costs, that is less expensive for them.
Okay, I've got 2 more questions.
And after we will finish just to keep the time.
Where can participants request a meeting? Only on our booth? Question mark.
So the what?
So where can participants request a meeting? Only on our booth?
Well, I can an attendee. Well, a participant can request a meeting. Yes, on a booth if they want to talk with a partner. But a partner is also mentioned here. You see, I have a booth. I'm on the Go for booth, but I'm also in this list. So I can ask a meeting directly on the booth, or I can try to find the person I want to meet here. I can just have the name or the company name, and I can find in every room. So no, it's not only on the booth, it's in every room. You can talk with people and you can try to find a particular person.
Okay, and eventually last question, what time of day do you anticipate will be the busiest or have the most attendees in the European time zone? I am in Australia, so I will need to try to be online at the same time to get maximum exposure.
Yes, well, I can. Well, no, I won't show you. We have a spreadsheet, a full spreadsheet, with all the time zone, with all the hours, etc. So we will define a time slot that all our partner and attendee will be able to meet in the same time, because for sure we will have specific hours, and in these specific hours we will have a lot of content and important content. So we will take into account on the program, with our speaker, with our partner. That's why on our website, the program, we note different hours, but it's not the real one, at least, because we will take into account all these details to find the best window, I can say, the largest window of hours to be all presented. Yeah.
That was the last question. If there are some others, please do not hesitate to put them on the chat. We will answer them by email afterward.
So just for the next, let me go back here. For the next step, so we will send you in the next few hours on Monday, the partnership document. We will send you the different document of this webinar. In September, we will have the official announcement with a press conference and a communication plan, the important part of the communication plan. So for us, July and August is the time to book all the partnership, to start building the visibility of our partner, etc., to be prepared in September to launch everything, because after, in October, in November, we will be in the logistical part. So let me send you, I send you up this poll. I send you this, well, to have a little bit your vision. After, if you need to have one-to-one conversation with us, You want a particular meeting, call, video, we can plan it in the next few days, no problem, because for sure you have probably a lot of questions, and we totally understand. And we are here today and for the rest of the until FIRA to support you, to work with you to build the best FIRA edition. So you can of course ask.
So I think this is the end of this webinar. Thank you very much for everyone to stand here with us. I hope this webinar was useful for you and it's answered a lot of questions. In any case, if you came during the webinar and you want to come back, you can always come back this afternoon for us in French time at 5 UTC +2, sorry. So please send us a message or something if you want to attend this second webinar. But in any case, we keep in touch.
And we also recorded this webinar, so we can send you the video if you want to show to your colleague, for example. So you just have to ask by email. Please take a few seconds again, 1 minute again, to answer our polls and then have a very nice day, and hope to see you very soon.
So to the last people still online, see you later and have a good day then. Bye.